From Walser Wealth Management, their president, Rebecca Walser. And Rebecca, there's been a lot of comparisons to 2011 with the whole debt ceiling thing. After the debt ceiling was raised back then, consumer sentiment was able to rebound. But I got to tell you, the stock market continued to slide, and bond yields, they stumbled for months and months. We lost our AAA status. How likely is that we could see a repeat of something like that?
I'm just so disappointed, Charles, because Yellen told us in January that our default date was X date was going to be June, which I thought at the time was a little bit early. I thought more September timeframe. But I thought she was being overly cautious and basically saying, hey, you have this much time, get it done. Here we are, May 15th, Charles, and it's not, we're in the same spot back to 2011. I mean, that was literally Friday to Monday, and we had a default. I mean, we had a downgrade of our credit rating, and here we are again. Like, what is happening that we cannot talk at the federal level in government? Like, why can't we talk to each other anymore?
I feel like it's always about the public relations aspects, getting in the pollsters and seeing if you can pin it on the other guy. And if that doesn't hold, if it doesn't look promising, then okay, let's hurry up and make a last second decision. In the meantime, you've been pushing for less spending and debt for years. And the problem is Main Street has, just stopped ignoring the warnings. I think, 10 years ago, talk of the country falling off a cliff. It didn't happen. So now people are, okay, keep spending it. So I would suspect that we're going to, see something that involves more and more spending.
Yeah, the problem with monetary theory is that eventually when you spend so much money for a continuous number of years, people actually believe that it works, and they think that there's no reconciliation that will ever come. There will be no reckoning. Unfortunately, Charles, if you line up what's going on, even though the dollar's strong, it's just past this 50-day moving average as you talked about, even though the dollar's strong, it's strong because we've had all these interest rate hikes that have collapsed the bond market. We have a liquidity crisis that's not going away. It's not going to end. And we have a debt limit crisis. I don't think that we could have planned to be in a worse position post-corona than we are right now. So I think we have a lot of pain. And, I've been saying that, and I'm tired of it. I feel like a broken record. But, my God, this is where we are. And people need to wake up. And you know what? Hello, Kevin McCarthy and President Biden. Let's get a deal. We don't need the dollar collapse because we didn't figure it out on our own. We have enough problems on the outside. We don't need our own internal problems. Let's get this straightened now.
I got 30 seconds, Rebecca, and I want to kind of pick up on that because last week Gallup had a poll out. Americans lacking confidence in the major economic leaders. So you had 10% who had a great deal of confidence in President Biden, 25% had a fair amount. Similar story for Powell, Yellen, both parties in Congress. And here's the question, even if they get this done, last second deal, can we really thrive as a nation that has zero confidence in the people that are supposed to be leading us?
I'm really starting to think that the American people, if they're paying attention, are going to believe that the social contract has really been broken between the citizenry and the federal government, between tax policy, spending policy, Federal Reserve Central Bank policy. There's been so many things that have just not gone the best they could have for the long-term stability. We might have enjoyed a great market for the last 13 years since 2008, but honestly, for the long-term stability of a nation that needs to remain globally dominant, they've done it really wrong, and we're really in a bad place, and we've got to get back to a level of being really financially secure, not this fake fiat security that won't get us anywhere.
Rebecca, as always, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Charles.
All right.